Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. It's been 20 years since The Fast and the Furious came out, and since then the franchise has reignited itself into a Hollywood juggernaut with no sign of slowing down even after going into space. Yes, that is what happens in F9. It will be in theaters June 25th, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. One of the consistent themes of this franchise is that family is everything for Vin Diesel's Dominic Toretto. F9 is a look at Dom's backstory, taking us back to when he was a kid, as he and his brother Jacob worked alongside their father at a racetrack. A tragic event on the tracks forever changed the course of their family, separating Dom and Jacob for decades. They come face to face as adults when Jacob, now played by Cena, wants to get his hands on a cyber tool called Project Ares that could wipe out anything around the world that uses internet code. It's up to Dom and the gang, plus a few old friends and enemies, to stop Jacob before he gets his hands on Ares and its key to ignite his destruction. F9 marks a return to the franchise for director Justin Lin, who also made entries 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lin also co-wrote the screenplay with Daniel Casey. The Fast and the Furious movies have grown into somewhat of a tried-and-true formula, involving insane action sequences, mostly practical effects, a villain out to destroy the world, and some fun banter in between, as audiences are left scratching their head in disbelief of what's on screen. 9 movies in, plus a spin-off, and Justin Lin knows this formula and what audiences want to see. He wastes no time getting the band back together, with Dom agreeing to this mission once he realizes that his brother Jacob is involved. He's tried to live off the grid with his daughter, claiming that he's done with this former life, but in true Michael Corleone fashion, he gets pulled back in when Ramsey, Roman, and Tej come a-knockin'. Now, the first major sequence is a massive adrenaline ride with Dom in his car, Letty on a bike, and the rest of the gang trying to wield off an island full of landmines and one very narrow bridge. Now, it's the kind of sequence that only the Fast movies can get away with pulling off. I applaud the photography of the movie for capturing the magnitude of it all, while showing off the geography of this island and all the European locations and the danger at hand. Now, don't for one second think that these movies take themselves too seriously, as Tyrese Gibson's Roman has a running commentary on how abnormal it is that they always walk away without a scratch to be had, despite their cars and trucks being totaled. The comedic banter between him and Ludacris's Tej still works, as it's on full display when they're picked to go up in space. Now, if the cast and crew understand the self-aware quality of it all, then skeptics should enter in with that understanding as well. Now, it was only a matter of time for John Cena to join the franchise after Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham have left their mark. Cena's a natural fit with his brawn, his charm, and a few evil stares. F9 also marks the return of Charlize Theron's Cypher and Helen Mirren's Queenie from The Fate of the Furious, along with a few of the guys from Tokyo Drift. It's a massive cast, and I'm surprised at how well everyone is utilized, as each of our key players are given something special to do. Most of them are kind of split off, tackling different pieces of the puzzle, only to be reunited as a family for the big epic showdown. Now, F9 tests the limits of science and math with magnetic-powered trucks, cars with the rocket boosters on them, and other tricked-out vehicles. Throughout this madness, it still leans into telling Dom's backstory, never sidestepping the rocky relationship between the two brothers. Now, I don't know how they're going to top themselves for Fast 10, as this really feels like a greatest hits type of movie, with the return of fan-favorite characters, and a climax that is so wild it will leave you speechless. I'm recommending it as it's wildly entertaining, and works better than some of the others in this franchise. I'm giving F9 3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got some other movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of F9. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.